Okay, I'm going to talk to you about the slalom and figure of eight now, and a few points. If you put your foot down at all during the slalom or figure of eight, then you're going to fail your test. You're not allowed to put your foot down. Again, if you knock over a cone here, at any time on your module 1, you're going to fail the test. However, on the slalom and figure of eight, if you just brush past it, you might get away with it. What they do is they've got a spray paint mark underneath, and if you move it so they can see it, then you're going to fail. But if you don't and you just brush past it, you may get away with it. You're also allowed what's called a dab. Not sure really how I could describe a dab, and one person's dab may be different to another person's foot down. So my suggestion is do not put your foot down. So when you go around the figure of eight, try not to put your foot down. The slalom and figure of eight are actually two different exercises. So when you get to do the slalom, that's why they're coloured yellow there, and then the other two are blue. So somewhere in between here and here, you're allowed just to put your foot down, or a little dab between here and there. I'm not sure whereabouts you're allowed to do that, so again I suggest do not do it, otherwise you may find that you fail. And again, you've got two people's personal point of view, might be slightly different to another. When you go and do the figure of eight, you want to go wide, but not too wide, and you expect to do it around the last two cones, which are coloured blue. However, you can go round the third cone if you want to, but when you go around the third cone, it makes it more elongated, but you're not allowed to go too wide again. So if you were to do the figure of eight and you were to go too wide, then the examiner will pull you over to one side and they'll get you to stop, and then they explain to you that you've gone too wide and they'd like you to tighten it up. So then they give you a chance to start on the other side again and then go round and tighten it up. So I'm going to show you the slalom and figure of eight. I'm going to go round the last two cones, but I'm also going to show you the technique of going around that third cone, which they will allow. Okay, so I'm going to use that technique of clutch, accelerator and rear brake on this one. So check our mirrors and sides and then pull away in between the cones. I'm going to use that clutch, accelerator and rear brake. Again, don't put your foot down, try not to do a dab, and go round. So last two cones there, we're going to go really wide around the last cone just so it can set up for the figure of eight. So we're going to go round and do the figure of eight here, like that. I've got the accelerator, clutch and rear brake. So I'm going to do that. But now I'm going to go round and go round the third cone. So this is the other technique you can use, where you actually plan to go round that third cone. Again, you're elongating the figure of eight, but you're not going too wide. So that's the other technique that you can do. You can go round the other cone. I'm not saying that the examiners are mad keen on you doing it like this. I do believe that they prefer you to go round the last two cones of the figure of eight, but they will allow that and you won't get penalised with a fault.